Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are going to try and play some more Destiny 2. Last time we left off Destiny 2, we beat the Red War campaign, and Gaul burned to pieces. Osirises, say welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining in. I live. Well, that's good. Beats the alternative. So I guess there's been a lot happening in Destiny 2 since we last played. There's been the live event of the ship burning and crashing into the mountains. There's been an announcement of new content coming for the next couple years. Pretty exciting stuff for Destiny 2 fans out there. Blew up a giant spaceship and got a new season release, yeah. And then they announced, like, for the next 2 years, you're going to be releasing new expansions for this game instead of a sequel, because I guess a lot of people were expecting a sequel announcement to come out. They were like, nah. You're just getting more Destiny 2. And they announced, which is Sinus, I'm sure you're pretty excited about, they're bringing all the Destiny 1 content into Destiny 2 too, which is pretty cool. We're not ready for that yet, Destiny. Come on, give me a chance. I gotta catch up. I still like the look of my original character better. I kind of regret not just copying his face, because I don't like the face on this guy as much. I wish I could change it. Can't wait for Vault of Glass and Cosmodrome. Yeah, apparently that's like the big thing most people are waiting for. What's this? It's like a giant alien thing, hand grabbing a pyramid. Be my first time experiencing it. I think that's the case for a lot of people. Like, even though Destiny is a hugely successful series, like, I feel like there's more people who played Destiny 2 than there are people who played Destiny 1. So I think there's going to be a lot of people going back to Destiny 1's content. Oh no, I made a terrible mistake. So the first expansion of the game is like the next campaign that we need to play. And apparently it's on Mercury. And apparently I currently do not have access to Mercury. I'm over 150,000 XP short. Did you make sure to pick up the campaign quest? I'm pretty sure I did. Because I'm pretty sure the campaign quest is actually on Mercury. So I researched this before tonight's stream just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Corey's agents have reported unusual taken activity on the Plateaus of Io, confirmed the intel. Like, these are all the story quests, right? The one that have, like, these weird banners. So confused. Those are world quest inside things. So this is one I was telling you about that was confusing me, is like, this is what we started doing after we beat the Red War campaign. Investigate the blank spot and Rasputin system memory. But I'm pretty sure that's like a completely unrelated quest line to the actual story campaigns. Pretty sure that's like its own thing. Chase the Fallen out of a control center. That's the Mars World quest unrelated to story, yeah. So I think we literally just have to sit here and like grind XP in order to get access to the next story, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't grab the campaign quest. I don't think you can, though. That's the thing, is like, I read that the campaign quest for the next expansion is on Mercury. So the fact that we can't even select Mercury is kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess we can do this quest to start with and hopefully get some more XP, right? Same vendor in the tower you got Red War from. Well, we can check. I don't even know who that was. Amanda Holiday. Yeah, we spoke to her at the end of the last stream. The Trials of Osiris. I know the first expansion has to do with Osiris. We'll land. We'll do something. We'll do something. We spoke to Amanda Holiday at the end of last stream, and she sent us on the Rasputin quest, whatever that is. And I thought that was the quest on Warmind, which is the second expansion. So that's why I was all kinds of confused. I was like, why did it make me skip an expansion? People who went flawless couldn't go to the lighthouse. Trials was disabled this week. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure it's a big deal to people who played the game. So I've been debating. New light system is notoriously complex and difficult to follow. I've been debating whether I'm going to keep playing this after the free content. I'm thinking probably not, to be completely honest, because I feel like it's just going to be more of the same. And like, as much as the new stories are kind of cool, like literally the gameplay is just more of the same over and over again. And by the time we get through these next two expansions that I plan to play through, like, I'll feel like we've seen enough of the same content to kind of move on and do something else. But I don't know. We'll decide once we get there, I guess. What is this, dude?
The Traveler. Welcome to the Trials of Saint 14. No. You have come to take part in the
No, I have not.
Osiris.
I've not even gotten into the cool stuff yet. See, that's the thing, like, this is why I don't... These types of games are not personally my type of games, because the cool stuff to other players like you, being like the raids and stuff like that, do not appeal to me at all. Like, there is no appeal to me to just, like, joining big groups of people to fight massive amounts of enemies. Like, that's why I've been doing all of the content I have done so far by myself, because I really don't care to do the raids and the stuff like that. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the guidance. We might as well pick up the other one while we're here too, right?
Remember to read the instructions.
Might as well. Like, I literally play games for the story. Like, if I didn't think it would bore the crap out of people who watch the streams, I would play things like Red Dead Redemption 2, like 50-hour-long story campaigns that you play by yourself. But I honestly think people would just be bored as hell watching that, so I haven't done it. But those are the kinds of games I play in my free time, which, since I started streaming, I don't have very much of, because all of my gaming time is spent streaming. I forget how to zoom out to the world map. I'm not having a good start to the stream tonight. Let's see here. Oh, destinations. Ah, yes, yes. Of course. How could I be so silly? So, starting the next campaign. Here we go. And frankly, for a free game, I feel like we've already gotten more than enough content out of it.
The Red Legion attacked. It almost cost us everything.
I'm familiar, I remember.
It took a miracle to save us.
I mean, or me.
Of the Traveler. This is our new beginning. The maps are blank. The rules are gone. All we know is we must become more than what we were. This small corner of the cosmos is the only place that is forever ours. And the universe.
Hey, that ship
watches
just
us
blew
with
up.
Envious eyes. We've proven we can fight threats from beyond the stars. But now there are things stirring beneath our feet, provoked by the Traveler's light. Our war is just beginning.
Thought that the things that were provoked by the Traveler's light were traveling like big pyramid-shaped spaceships out in space, not beneath our feet. The gateway. There's a lot of stuff hostile to the light. Guess that makes sense. So like my experience with like raiding and stuff like that is I used to be a big MMO player, so I played like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, Dark Age of Camelot, and honestly the raiding content and stuff like that just doesn't interest me anymore. After a few years of doing it in the past, I just got burned out on it. Just the idea of
ominous rocks, killer robots, people in mortal danger. Seriously, aren't you tired of this?
Fatigue is a distraction from our purpose. As are complaints.
he can manipulate time and space.
Complain yet. Ouch! Ugh! Now I'm complaining.
Focus, Sagira.
Reach for the sky, big guy. Need help? Again?
I've got it, thank you.
Well, Osiris. What did you see? Slow down. Wait. I thought I...
Uh-oh.
Oh, Go! To your left! 2 o'clock! Medium range!
They have a resistance to his time-shifting powers.
You know, I can't help but notice that even with all of reality to explore, you keep picking the places where they shoot at us.
We can't stay here. If the Vex succeed, it's the end of everything. Sagira, we can see your light. You have to
Killer.
go.
Nope, not leaving you. Without me, there's no coming back.
If I don't stop the Vex, there won't be anything to come back to. I'm doing this for the both of us.
Don't you even... Osiris!
They effectively manipulate time. Yeah, I kind of got that from the cutscene so far. But you're talking the Vex do too, huh? So that's why they were like immune to his ability to manipulate time because they have the same power. He just yeeted his ghost through an interdimensional portal. What they were in there was the Vault of Glass. Oh, I gotcha. The Vault of Glass is Vex territory, I'm guessing. Cora is her name. I tried to remember it this time because I messed it up so many times before.
Thank you for coming.
And there the Vex have the
There's
power
been
to
a
alter
development
reality
on Mercury.
itself. What?
Strange reports from the cultists clinging to what's left of the planet. Normally, I'd ignore
They
their
can see the
conspiracy
Matrix.
theories. But one of my hidden brought me this.
Sagira.
A dead ghost?
She's not dead. Her name is Sagira. I've known her a very long time. And her guardian, Osiris.
You can erase something from time
Osiris.
so effectively
The most powerful guardian ever.
so as to
The
make it
hero
never
of
exist in the
6
first
months.
place.
Zavala before Zavala?
Zavala wouldn't like to hear you call him that.
Zavala before
Most
Zavala.
guardians won't even speak Osiris's name. He was the only Vanguard commander.
was a
ever
traitor,
exiled
huh?
From the city. And the man who taught me what it means to be a warlock. We found Sagira on Mercury, and at the same time, Vex activity there surged exponentially.
And you think Osiris might be involved?
I need to know what happened, even if the Vanguard wants to forget him. When I lost my light, I didn't have anything else. I was empty. Then you came to Io, and you helped me find my way back.
So is he exiled because
I need
of
that friend again, Guardian.
whatever he did to get his time manipulation powers?
Go to Mercury. Take Sagira with you. The followers of Osiris, the few who remain, might know what her presence means. And for now, let's keep this between us. I'd hate to have to throw you off this wall.
That was a joke, right?
That was a joke.
Oh, so they thought he was like some sort of witch or something because he could see the future. Or he made prophecies of the future. So if the Vex can make something like practically just not exist after existing, why don't they just like wipe out all of existence and just be Vex and take over every planet in the galaxy?
The Traveler transformed Mercury into a garden world. It was a paradise until the Vex came. The Vex replaced the planet's core with their own machines.
It's like a
We call it the
robotic
Infinite
planet.
Forest, an ever-expanding labyrinth of realities. No two paths are ever the same. No one has ever escaped. It was Osiris'
You'll be fine.
obsession.
You only have that amount of power in the vault. Oh, I gotcha. Nope.
Welcome to Mercury, Guardian. The signs told me you would come.
What a coincidence. We followed the signs here too. And by signs, I mean facts.
That too is a sign.
Oh, my ghost is not
I
a
am
big
Brother Vance of the followers
purveyor
of,
of
Keeper
signs
of the Lighthouse, and Oracle of the Lost Prophecies.
and prophecies. My ghost is a non-believer, apparently. New objective. Find a gateway into the infinite forest. I see it.
Gateway near your location.
I see the gateway.
Studying it. He was convinced it was the door to the infinite forest. If it is still possible to find Osiris, we need to
I went the
open
wrong way.
Ikora Ray, Osiris's greatest student.
Brother Vance, Osiris's greatest fan.
Vance. We didn't need Osiris after all. It worked just fine. Bye. I'm going to the infinite forest now where no two paths are ever the same. Wish me luck. She made it sound very imposing. Hey, these guys don't die to one hit like every other enemy I've fought in this game so far. It's almost disappointing. I guess it would help if I actually aimed. Oh, wait now, where am I going? To a pit of death. Oh no, they're actually hurting me too. Could it be we actually have a challenge in this level? So I figured out, like, I was reading up, like, why everything was so easy for me so far. And it's because the free version of the game essentially level boosts you to, like, the third expansion right from the get-go, so you can experience any of the original game, the first expansion, or the second expansion as a brand new player. So playing the original game content, like the year one content of the game at item level 750, like, makes you pretty much unstoppable. A challenge, don't be ridiculous. Whereas if you played the game when it first came out, apparently you start at item level 0, and, like, you're weak as heck compared to where you start right now. I think that's an interesting idea. Pretty much takes, like, all of the challenge of the game away for the sake of making new players more welcome in the game. If you played when the game first came out, you started at 10. Oh, okay. But you can't start at 0, obviously, because then you wouldn't exist. You'd be 0. Leveled up slowly to reach raid level 300. I'm way past that. I started past that. That's how good I am. I get it. Shoot the glowy parts. Shoot the glowy parts. I was shooting their heads. I get it. Now they're one-hit kills again. I understand what I was doing wrong. You don't shoot robots in the head. You shoot them in their core. Everything is 750, which is the power cap in Season 7. So that was like really late into the game. I understand the Vex now. I was shooting them in the wrong spot. They're not humans. Their weak point isn't their heads. Their weak point is their glowing belly buttons. See? Shoot them in the glowing belly button and they die. Holy cow, he's got tentacles. Where's that coming from? Oh. I want your glowy belly button. Got him. I can't aim that finely from this far with a pistol. Here we go. I got that sword you mentioned, by the way.
Servant.
Considering how you revere a man who questions everything, I'm surprised how well faith serves you.
The Vex are at my door. Osiris has not returned. Faith. He's all I
I'm too used to Star Wars where everything that glows is something that you can scan and get lore about the game from. So now I'm sitting here running to everything that glows expecting to be able to scan it.
The gateway to the infinite forest. A place from which
Hello.
no one has ever returned. Not even Osiris.
Apparently you also do nothing. You look like something I could scan. Yes, just fall the long fall. Clearly the way to go. Belly. Belly. That one was actually more like a crotch shot, but I guess it worked. Scan the center of the Vex. I feel like that's a trick. Oh no, the circle's closing. We're gonna die. Hello. Scanning. I see. I have learned all the lore now. See, I keep running to this stuff thinking it's going to do something. Apparently not. Bye-bye. They are weak to my grenades. Who would have thought that a living being would be weak to an explosive incendiary device? I get it, I get it. You're trying to tell me something. Scan? No scan. Find a gateway into the infinite forest. Oh, I thought we were already here. Alright, we gotta figure out where they want me to go. That is kind of how this game works, though, isn't it? Like, all of the enemies are just pretty much like fodder for you to kill easily to get loot. It's pretty much just like an obstacle between the next portion of story content that you can watch. It's like, oh, I know you want to watch the next cutscene, but first you gotta kill 20 minutes worth of random bad guys that die with one shot. Hello. Where's your glowy bits? Show them to me. Show me your bits. He's not having it. Wrong weapon. Catch! You thought I missed, and then it exploded. Oh no, I might actually die. Can't let that happen. Stop it! Stop blocking my shots with your shield. Ha ha ha! Easy.
Here it is.
I'm ready if you are.
I was born ready. Papa ready, Papa hungry. I'll never say that again. Let's light the altars. He did not like that.
Can't get through. Osiris's ghost were awake, then maybe she could help.
Osiris, preserve us. You have his ghost? Sagira? Please, please, bring her to me.
She's dead. If you want a dead ghost, sure, dude, but whatever creepy stuff you're into, I'm not having it. You're in a restricted zone. You're in a restricted zone. Please feel free to proceed to running away. I'm caught in a tempest. What the heck is that? Oh, I need ammo. I meant I need ammo, not big bad guys trying to kill me. Ah! Whoops, wrong button. Guess it works though.
These aren't normal Vex.
Oh yeah, War Mantis cloak. All must fall. So, like, I'm assuming most of the higher item level armor and weapons fall from, like, the raids and the trials, and not, like, during the story campaign, because I feel like nothing ever falls during the campaign as far as loot drops. Like, after the main boss of every chapter, it seems like I get, like, one piece of equipment. I just got, like, a little cloak just then, like, randomly out of nowhere. Specific activities give higher power stuff. How about this activity? Oh! I'm frying alive. So I'm also currently abusing how the current system works to get powerful drops for being AFK. The way I see it, if they give you the option to do it, it's a game. It's game content, right? Ooh, I'm dying. No, 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 no. I wasted my knife throw, my favorite move in the whole game. Wasted. So my brother always saw video games too, like whenever we played fighting games, he would just spam the quick punch button like over and over again, so my character couldn't even move, or have time to defend, or have time to react at all. It used to always make me mad, and that was always his defense to it. He was like, if they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't let you. It's not cheating, it's just game content. It's a strategy. Glowy bits, glowy bits, glowy bits, glowy bits. The strategy that'll make you no friends. Yeah, essentially, I used to be so salty every time we played fighting games. I was like, dude, I know you like winning, but like, not like this. I'm dying. Not now! Ah, face me! I get it. The fight's over because the epic music stopped. Plus, it's just so boring to spam the same move again and again. That's what I always thought. Like, that's how I feel about a lot of these games. Like, I played Rocket League off and on for a few weeks on stream, and that's how I felt about that game. Like, all of these high-power players that have hours and hours in the game and have, like, all of these really sick strategies and moves that they can do were, like, coming into unranked matches against new players to just crush them. And I was always like, how can that possibly be fun? Like, how is it fun to just, like, use the one strategy you know to kill everybody with no like no challenge whatsoever, and somehow it's fun to you. It says pick up something, but what am I picking up? Oh, he said, I thought he said pick it up. My mission log said destroy it.
Vex from different timelines are converging on Mercury. That's bad.
Nah, that's fine. This is fine. What the heck is this guy? Is he the one that wants the dead ghost?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done if Osiris hadn't sent you to me.
You look like the dude from Assassin's Creed.
The followers of Osiris can help you revive his ghost. We have a hidden temple on Earth.
He's blind.
Take Sagira to these coordinates. I will notify the followers that you are coming. Now that the lighthouse is safe, we can prepare for Osiris's return. All of the lost prophecies are coming to pass. I'm finally
So
going
it
to
shall
meet
be written.
Osiris.
So it shall be done. Boss, I'll be a lurker tonight because Dad's birthday is today, and me and little sister making burgers for him. Oh, nice, dude. Enjoy your dad's birthday. Make some delicious burgers. Share pictures. Make me jealous. Oh, that was it, huh? You didn't even give me cool loot or anything? A deadly trial. Brother Vance says there's a Temple of Osiris in the EDZ where you can revive Sagira. Ooh, that's what we want to do. So, I'm in a bit of a weird time regarding my birthday. It's your birthday on a leap year? Because that'd be awesome. You only have a birthday like every couple years? Depending on the time zone you're in, it either is or isn't my birthday. Well, I'm assuming that means it isn't your birthday in my time zone. But happy birthday in 3.5 hours in my time zone.
The coordinates Brother Vance gave us are just beyond the village.
It's because it's 2:32. Yeah, I kind of assumed.
Area in the Red War. There's no temple there. Just an old radio tower.
Have a little faith.
You've mentioned at the end of my streams before that it's like 4:30 in your time zone, so. My birthday is next month, and I was planning on gifting myself a Nintendo Switch if I could ever find one in existence on the planet Earth. And I just said Earth really weird, but that is the name of our planet. I just happened to mispronounce it for some reason. Yep, that's England for you. Yeah. I'm from Earth, I swear. These motorcycles? Oh, I thought there were... I didn't think there were any more of you. That'll teach me to rush out. Oh, sweet!
So, are the followers all as passionate?
Wow, this doesn't really move as quick as my lane speeder does. It's very clunky.
They follow the idea of Osiris.
Just run into him.
As I did. But they're our best chance to revive Sagira.
I'm not fighting any of you. Ha 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 ha. The game gave me a means to skip you, so I'm going to. Ha ha ha. Excuse me? The game did not give me a means to skip you, though. Ha ha. What would really screw people over is if they made it so every enemy you aggroed on the way here, like, converged on this location once you stopped your bike. It would be like, oh, you know, all those guys you thought you just skipped and didn't have to fight, now you have to fight all of them at once. It's not as fast or as agile, but it is much stronger and has guns. What? I don't know I had guns. Let me get back on this thing. Woohoo! Oh, I guess that makes sense that there's a cursor on the screen. It has guns. One versus 50, which is really unbalanced. They don't stand a chance. You make it clear that your opinion of the enemies in this game are that they're extremely easy. which I don't have an opposing theory. Like, I feel like they're also very easy, but I just assumed it was because I started at like a super high item level for the levels I'm playing. PvE is generally easy. That's good. That's my kind of game. I suck at anything that isn't easy. As you would have known if you watched my Star Wars streams the last couple nights. It literally took me 2 streams to beat the last boss of Star Wars Fallen Order. Even the endgame stuff just has cool mechanics. Gotcha. I pick all the cool stuff up. I literally picked up nothing. I didn't need any of it. Did you drop any cool loot? No? You're worthless. I almost blew myself up. Like, I'm a weird dichotomy of gaming where I enjoy games and I really want to play like the hard games other people play, like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Sekiro.
Osiris would say it's a trial. If his followers can't survive here, they aren't worthy to begin with.
It's a very hardcore outlook on things. But at the same time, like, I'm not very good at games, so I always have to play games on the easiest difficulty. So I have a desire to play the super hard games, but I know that if I ever played them, I probably wouldn't ever get past the first level. Whereas this game is just the right level of easy. That it's kind of challenging, or at least fun, to shoot at stuff. And then you get story mixed in. How is he not dead yet? He had no life. There we go. Haha, die. Hey, where'd you guys come from? So the Vault of Glass was like a Destiny 1 raid that they're bringing to Destiny 2, so I imagine that, like, the mechanics in that are pretty cool if you're fighting an enemy that can literally manipulate, like, reality while you're fighting them. It has to unlock some interesting game mechanics during fights. It's gonna be awesome. Noah Sinus, you're gonna be awesome. Everybody in the audience tonight is gonna be awesome. Hopefully we get some of the old loot too. For aesthetic reasons. So I understand that. I used to look for specific loot in World of Warcraft all the time just so I could transmog what I had to look like it. In fact, my World of Warcraft troll character, I guess he was a dwarf, but my World of Warcraft character, like, no, it was a troll. Like, I worked so hard and did all of the right raids to get matching sets of armor just so he could look a particular way, and then afterwards I didn't feel very much fulfillment at all. I was like, he does look really cool, but how much of my life did I waste collecting all those bits and pieces of armor? And that's where you have to, like, get into the philosophy of, like, is it a waste if you enjoyed the time that you spent doing it? And, like, I always struggle with that when it comes to gaming. I'm like, yeah, I could be doing something a lot more productive in my life, but at the same time, like, would the productive stuff be as enjoyable? You know?
It really is just a radio tower.
And then you have to ask yourself, well,
That's what faith in Osiris gets you.
are we on this earth to just enjoy every moment of our lives and, like, give ourselves joy in everything that we do? Or are we on this earth for, like, a higher purpose to, like, have, you know, sometimes some would argue that, you know, you have to suffer sometimes in life. Like, you shouldn't just live life just to have joy all the time. Like, sometimes you have to have personal sacrifice to make life better for other people, or to make the world a better place for other people. So you get to a point where you're like, if I play video games like 2 hours a night every night of my life, after a year of my life, I've played like over 700 hours of video games. What would I have learned if I put 700 hours into any other skill in the world? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. And sometimes I struggle with that. I'm like, man, I really like playing video games, but at the same time, like, I could have done 700 hours of community service. I could have helped homeless people for 700 hours. Nope. I manipulated a bunch of ones and zeros on a computer screen instead. The good thing is there's so much time to do what we want. The highs and the lows are equally important. If it's fun, it's not a waste of time or effort. Because it looks very nice and performs the role. See, I struggle with that. I like literally do in my life. Like, I struggle with, like, if it's fun, it's not a waste of time or effort. Like, I struggle with that a lot. Because I'm always like, yeah, there's a lot of things in life that I do that are fun. But it doesn't productively advance my life in any way. How do I get up here? I'm like circling this whole thing looking for a walkway. And then I just remembered I could double jump. Never mind. That must have been part of Osiris's challenge, you know? Like, the first floor has no stairs, and then every floor after that has stairs. So he's like, well, if you can get to the second floor, I'll go easy on you from here. Now you can take the stairs. You've earned it. His head's gone. Sorry, I was appreciating the graphic of this guy's head being gone, and then you came up and tried to kill me. Don't appreciate that. But that's the thing, like, in life, is there really that much time to do what you want to do when, like, the majority of your life is spent working? And I guess you could argue that working is the time that we all put in as personal sacrifice to be, like, part of society, to, like, better society, because we're all working as a cog in the machine to keep society going. That's how I'm gonna look at it. That is the personal sacrifice I make. Working. There. Now I can justify all the hours I spend playing video games. Only half joking.
The followers. We're too late.
Oh no! They literally killed them. But wait, there's 4 of these guys. 4 against 50 should have been easy. Look what 1 against 50 was able to accomplish. I like how it's perfectly shaped like Segura's shell.
Let me take a closer
It was
look.
made specifically to bring Segura back to life.
I've never seen anything like it before. Let me try something.
Nearly 1040 power, that is
Something's
Pog.
happening. What is
Going on?
Oh god. Did she just absorb herself into my ghost shell?
Whoa! New shell.
Give me my ghost back, you witch!
Did you actually just put me in a strange machine you've never seen before? Who does that?
But it was so perfectly shaped.
Great. Glad you're still around.
Look, we've got to move right now.
Where'd she go?
Osiris is in over his head as usual, and I need to. Wait, where are we? Who are you? Oh, never mind. We've got to get to Mercury.
But I liked my
And don't worry
ghost.
about your ghost. We're
Oh,
sharing
okay.
right now.
Thank you.
He'll be back.
You better be back. He had a really nice sassy attitude. I liked him. So like you said before, like before they made it the way it's made now, after that mission ended, would I have to walk to the next mission originally? Or did it do this where it like warped you out of the mission and then you could just warp to the next one? Well, I guess it would have had to warp to the next one since it's on a completely different planet. What did that say? It's time to enter the infinite forest and find Osiris. Be prepared for anything. Dun, dun, dun. Depends on where you end up at the end of the mission and where you have to go next. That makes sense. Because obviously I couldn't have walked to this one. It's kind of disappointing that they never made, like, spaceship flying missions, like where you actually fly your ship through space from mission to mission and, like, have dog fights with the aliens and stuff.
Osiris saw something in the infinite forest, and it terrified him. Nothing terrifies him. We need to find him.
Osiris could be anywhere. Put in the wrong
That's pretty cool
coordinates and
looking.
you'll never find your way out.
I know.
Jump
how to
in.
do it. Osiris is in there protecting the rest of us from the Vex. He needs us. He needs me, and we're going to find him.
I thought he's like the most powerful guardian of all time. Why does he need me? He's good. Don't step on the lava. Don't step on the lava. Floor's lava. I don't know if I could step on that or not, but that was pretty slick. Fields of Glass. Search for Osiris in the Fields of Glass. Okay. I will, game. Osiris! Hey, Ozzy! Ozzy, buddy, over here! Oh, this is weird looking. Just start jumping into random teleports and find out what happens. Where I need to be is above me. Ah, it's not active. Come on. There is a section of the last chapter of Half-Life 1 had things that looked like this that you would walk into and it would like randomly teleport you to another one someplace. It was like very puzzly.
Osiris has
You had to figure out which order you had to walk into them to get to the end of the level.
Into his reflections. They're copies of himself, made so he can explore multiple pathways at once.
I want that skill.
And
That's
yes,
awesome.
I am aware that it makes Osiris seem like an egomaniac. But don't worry. He is.
He is. I want to be able to make multiples of myself. That's awesome. Hello, strange light. How are you? Yeah, his reflections are really cool. I'm looking around to see if there's any more of that cool hidden stuff you showed me the last time. They allowed him to be everywhere at once in a massive battle a long time back. That's pretty cool. It's almost like Doctor Strange in the Marvel movies, except there's only one of them, but he can like teleport himself through portals so fast that it looks like he's everywhere. We captured point A. We got it. It's under contention. Break you.
Osiris has to be here somewhere.
Sagira, you should
It's Osiris.
You brought someone new.
A reflection of Osiris.
Who? Oh, him? Get this. He's a friend of Ikora's.
I like the shadows. That's pretty cool. He did not seem impressed. She was like all full of herself, name dropping, and he's like, I don't care.
Send word. Sagira has returned.
Are the reflections sending a message to each other? The reflections are playing the phone game with themselves.
Your presence here puts everything at risk.
Well, guess what? He needs me.
No timeline fast hand. We must create reflections to explore them.
That's very Doctor Strange-ish. Exploring multiple timelines, seeing all the different possible outcomes. That's a pretty cool idea, though. Hello.
It's almost too late.
Which is your favorite reflection? This one. I'm gonna name him Bob. Oh, he disappeared. Bye, Bob. It was nice knowing you for 5 seconds.
What do they mean, too late? Something must have gone wrong.
Nah, this is completely normal. Oh, it's so bright.
Where's the real Osiris?
That is actually really bright. Oh my god.
What? What did he find? What's so bad that it could scare Osiris?
Behold, infinite forest. Planet-sized prediction engine, simulating trillions of realities in parallel, all geared towards a single Vex purpose.
That could make like a really cool dungeon. Like if you actually had to go into the infinite forest and like every time you ran through it, it was randomly generated and it was a different occurrence. I love games like that that have like random generation, so you can just keep replaying them and it's different every single time. Sounds like that might be what they were setting this up as. Okay. You guys die. You're hurting me and I don't like it.
Keep going.
Hold on, I gotta tickle these guys' belly buttons. Don't hide. Come out, you coward. Probably gonna head out and do something else since it's a little late and I've got one thing to do tonight. I'll go to Sinus. Thanks for stopping in for a bit. Appreciate it. I always appreciate the support of my friends.
The Vex are
Popping in
simulating
and watching me
reality,
play games.
brute forcing the future. And before you ask, everything in here is real enough to kill you.
I have noticed. Hope you have a good night. Enjoy your birthday. I got a new weapon, Future Imperfect. Is that another sword? I think it is. Oh. You're dead. Ooh, another new weapon. Night Watch. Intellect mod. I don't even know what to do with mods. I have not yet got one. What is over here? A giant door. Which randomly generates a new section of the Infinite Forest. That's cool. It's a cool idea. Belly. Stay still. There's more. Hydra that, sucker. Oh, apparently this is the Hydra. Hydra this. Haha, so easy. So easy. He acted like he was so big and bad and tough. So easy. Ooh, I almost killed myself. No, save it, save it. Oh, I barely saved it. I don't know what prompted me to walk right off the edge, but I thought there was something over there. Hello, hello, as a search for Osiris. Hey, Snowball, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Search of Osiris is on and hot. I don't know what either one of those things means, but it sounded right. That's a long jump. Oh, I think I go this way. I almost tried it, but then at last second I thought better of it. I was like, that seems like an awfully long gap. Even for a space ninja. So we have found where Osiris is, which is inside this place called the Infinite Forest.
Sometimes the forest blocks a path. Eliminate the daemon controlling the local simulation.
Demon?
And the door should open.
Now we got demons. And these like alien robot race things called the Vex are able to manipulate time and space. So they created this infinite forest here, which the passages randomly alter every time someone comes in here. So it's never the same twice, supposedly, according to the game. I don't know if that's actually true for players when they come in here or not, but sounds like it could be cool. Die, please. Die, please. You're dead. You're a space ninja? I mean, does this not look like a space ninja? We go through space. We have a mask and a cloak, and we have a sword. I'd say the most apt description is space ninja. To be fair, if you were a space ninja, I shouldn't be able to see you at all. You can't see. All you see is a floating gun and hands. That's how you see me if I'm hidden. When I want you to see me, you see me. You can't see me right now, though. I don't want you to. And also because my sword is out of ammo, so it won't. Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. Space Ninja! Hiya! Oh no, I'm trapped! Oh no, I'm not. I'm just getting bounced back up here for some reason. I just want to find Osiris. Why does there have to be so much shooting involved? If he can travel through space and time, why doesn't he just come to me? Like, why are we chasing him? So Osiris, turns out, is like, he used to be like the head honcho of the Guardians, like the big 3 people that we've been saving throughout the game so far, like Akora, Zavala, and Cade 6. He was like the head honcho of all those guys, and then he got exiled because he started having visions of the future and what these Vex people were going to do if they didn't stop them. And I guess they decided he was like a witch or a heretic, so they kicked him out, and he hasn't been back since. But we found this secret temple that, according to Akora, didn't exist because they've been all over the planet Mercury and they never heard of any kind of secret temple. And we found the temple that was Osiris's temple, where he brought all of his followers, as few as there were, and like tested them and taught them how to use his special powers, which is apparently he can bend space and time. Why, I have no idea. I get it. Like, I get where I'm supposed to go, but how is the question. Oh. Interesting. It is quite interesting so far. Can we? There we go. I was gonna say, does that really need to be on the screen the entire time? So every time you open a gateway in the Infinite Forest, it randomly generates a new section. And Take is apparently playing Half-Life Alyx. Ooh, a glass hallway. Don't touch the floor, it's lava. No, we died. Take is always playing something. Yeah.
First, I will show you where it all began.
Don't talk to me, creepy. There he is. Get him.
Untold centuries.
So this is what Mercury used to look like? Oh, it's so beautiful. It reminds me of No Man's Sky. It looks almost exactly like No Man's Sky.
Here the Vex planted the seed that became the Infinite Forest. Smart. Penoptes.
They look like giant Apple computers.
Single purpose.
It does, yeah, it looks exactly like No Man's Sky.
And only the Vex. All this started with a single Vex.
That is literally the Mac Pro right there.
End with the arrival of a single Guardian.
Yes, it will. Because I'm way cooler than you and all the other Guardians. Ha ha ha. How's it feel to suck? Bye.
Now I see why he's made so many new reflections.
Yes, we've tried and failed to prevent this outcome.
So he's like,
Not even our best efforts only slow it.
he's essentially Doctor Strange. Because he can like make reflections of himself, which are like copies of himself that can travel to different timelines and see like what happens in that timeline and try to prevent it. So like while we've been walking through this infinite forest place, we've been running into his reflections. And like each one's like, oh, he's back. Oh, tell him what happened here. Tell him what happened there. So he's like Doctor Stranging it up, seeing all the different timelines of all the different possible futures that could be caused by the Vex, and trying to prevent their winning in every different possible timeline.
You there when the traveler walked?
I was, yes. It ripped Gaul into pieces.
Traveler changes everything. For good.
Finding the parallels between Destiny and Marvel, nice, yeah.
Now many
It's like, it's almost too similar. Like, they had to have taken some
Osiris wrote the
inspiration.
lost prophecies to warn the other Guardians, and they sent him away. You cannot exile the future.
So yeah, that's what happened, is he wrote the prophecies of the different timelines and what will happen if we don't stop the Vex, and then they thought he was crazy, so they're like, get the hell out of here. We don't deal with prophecies here, we deal with scientific data. But apparently before they exiled him, I'm dead. Oh, thank God. Oh no, I almost did it again. Before they exiled him, apparently he was like the unstoppable force. He was like the most powerful Guardian that's ever existed. He was, as my ghost put it, he was the Zavala before Zavala. Apparently inspiration from Marvel, No Man's Sky, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I do kind of look like Shredder. Turtles! Where are the Foot Ninjas? Which I never understood why they were called Foot Ninjas. That's a really weird name. Why are these aliens here now? Are they also after the Vex? I'm confused. Run! Those who fight and run away live to fight another day. It's a life lesson. I thought I was supposed to do something with the glowing light, but apparently not. Life lessons from Bubby. Those who fight and win don't have to fight again. It doesn't even rhyme right. Like, it barely rhymes. Good try. Those who fight and win don't have to fight again. There you go. That works. And technically, those who fight and lose don't have to fight again either. So, thanks for fixing it for me. That's it? That's it? I really thought that... Oh, well, I guess it would help if I wasn't staring into the ground. Hold on, I'm reloading. I'll kill you shortly. Thank you for dying so easily for me. It's a long way down. Stay still, stay still. Or don't. Doesn't make any difference to me. Oh, I haven't done one of those all night. That's so cool looking. Oh, let me reload, please. Now I'll kill you. Bye-bye. Ooh, it's calling me. Like, I know where I need to be is right there. Can't we just take, like, a straight shot to it? Why do we have to keep zigzagging? I understand it's to, like, cushion the game and make it last longer, but... So I was going over, I was, like, theorizing whether I would keep playing this game after the free content earlier tonight. And I've come to the decision when I was thinking about it earlier tonight that I don't know if I will. Because even though each chapter has a really interesting story with, like, the cutscenes and everything, and they're really cool to watch, and, like, it's an interesting, weird take on, like, sci-fi. And it's cool to see where they take the story next. Like, I feel gameplay-wise, like, we've already seen everything there is to see. It's just more of the same over and over again with a different story layered on top of it. So I think after we're finished with the free content, we're probably going to stop and move on to something else.
But none of us have discovered a timeline where we succeed. This is what it looks like when we fail. This is the future the Vex want.
It's very, futury. Very futury. I like it. No, I'm not so bad. I'm not so upset about this future, to be honest. Like, what's the problem? It's really cool looking. Got a really nice aesthetic to it. I like the pyramids. I can see that. It's the same mechanics wrapped in a different story each time. Yeah. So, like, we might take a break after the free content and come back and play the other stories later. But I'm definitely not doing them, like, back to back straight through.
This is what Osiris saw.
Neither light nor darkness exists anymore. The sun's warmth is gone. All life lost.
Why does every alien race that we find in this game want to destroy our sun? Like, that's what the guys in the last chapter were doing, too.
You are the key. You can stop.
They were using their, spaceship to destroy the sun before we blew it up.
Leads here. We must destroy Penoptes to prevent this dark future.
So what you're saying is there's one chance.
Penoptes, he's found us.
Well, that was quick. Didn't even have a chance to take a sip. How many campaigns are in the free content? 3. So this is the second of 3. Ah!
This is bad. Really, really bad. We need to work together, all of us.
Right between the eyes.
Osiris, Ikora. If we don't stop Penoptes, you've seen what happens.
Yes, the sun explodes and our planet dies. I get it. I'm familiar with those stakes. It's the same stakes we've had since the beginning. Just a different enemy.
Ikora, you there?
Sagira, you just left. Where's Osiris?
Sagira is Osiris's ghost, by the way.
We all are. I'll explain everything on our way
We
back.
brought it back to life by letting it implant its brain into my ghost shell. Yay! I guess I should be going into my inventory and actually looking at my stuff and seeing if there's anything I should swap to, but I haven't really felt any need to do that yet. I seem to be pretty much unstoppable with anything. Speak to Ikora Ray. Will do. Ikora, we need your help. We gotta get the band back together. You, Zavala, Cade, and his chicken. We need you all. The chicken particularly. Don't ask why, I don't have time for particulars. The chicken is key. The whole world rests on that chicken's shoulders. Wait, which way am I going? Which way am I going? She is here. No, she isn't. She's here. So out and to the right. Gotcha. To the right. Hello? You're not her. You're fake.
I see you.
Out into the right some more. You're just a big phony. You're misleading me. You're trying to lead me astray. Where the heck am I going? Bear with me, chat, while I run around the world for 15 minutes trying to figure out where the quest giver is. Isn't there a way to track it? I can track it. Can I track it? I can track it. Yeah. Tracked. Doesn't really seem like tracking it did much for me. Chicken is key. We need the nuggets. The chicken's nuggets. It's the only way. We must have its nuggets. What the heck? Hasn't this game ever heard of guidance? Show me exactly where to go. I don't have time for figuring it out myself. Come on. Game should show me exactly where to go every single time. Might as well just teleport me right there, to be honest. There's no sense walking. I'm a space ninja. Shouldn't have to walk anywhere. Where the heck am I? Not even on... what the heck? How'd I get up here? Ah, there it is. We found it. Give me your nuggets! I mean, the chicken's nuggets.
So, it's the end of everything. I thought after the Red War we'd get a bit of a break.
Isn't that how it always is? It's always the end of everything.
The Vex are methodical. They'd have a schematic of the forest, a map, and that map will show where Penoptes is.
Okay.
There's only one place they could possibly store that much.
Is it in the Pyramidion? On Io?
On Io.
Oh, man. Called it. I mean, how do you just randomly guess a word like that? Pyramidion on Io. I have no idea how I would have ever known.
Good luck.
Then we warp to Io. I feel like I'm making this story as short as possible. I'm just like instantly warping from story point to story point. Always wanting a break like their union or something. Yeah, what the heck? Come on. You're the defenders of the galaxy. You have to defend it all the time without a break every second of every day. Don't you get it? What do you think you're getting paid for? That would actually be a sweet racket. Like if I was the keeper of the Traveler, and now that the Traveler's light is back on, I can pay other Guardians in light. Like, I give you 6 days of light as long as you keep working for me.
We need boots on the ground on Io. Recon.
Sweet racket.
It's already disabled Rasputin.
Oh no, not Rasputin.
I'd lean on Eris's expertise, but we haven't been able to reach her. We both know what that means.
Thank you, Zavala, for appearing
Eris
randomly in the middle of the story.
Understanding what we're up against. I need her at the tower. She's too valuable an asset to... Find her, Guardian. Bring her home.
I actually think this cutscene is related to a different story that we're not doing currently. So we're just gonna ignore this for now. Pretty sure that cutscene was part of...
A guardian without a ghost.
Yeah.
I wonder how that must feel.
This is like a completely different story.
When I look at that shit.
This isn't the story we want, guys. Stop,
Eris,
stop.
Can you hear us? Eris.
Stop talking.
Nothing. Zavala, come in.
Any sign?
My signals are being suppressed. I can't even summon a spell.
Crashing your way through the story, just brute forcing it. Yeah, I pretty much just wrecked the game. It's like you have intermingled 3 different storylines in one. Now, are the game's just gonna randomly choose what story you're doing at any time? I'm pretty sure that was part of the 3rd chapter story, not the one we're currently on. So, ignore everything you just saw. Apparently, in that story, we get to go hunt for a guardian that does not have a ghost. which is familiar to us because we were one once. My ship looks so junky. Like, you would think as, like, the savior of the universe, they would have at least upgraded my ship. Make me look the part. Instead of just be like, he's still gonna look like a piece of junk. We don't care.
Are you sure there's a map of the Infinite Forest here?
Yep.
If the Vex are trying to reshape the future, the Pyramidion is part of the plan.
It has to be. That was on my story quest. Whoops. Sorry, Sparrow. Come back. Am I sure it's here? Of course I am. Don't you see the quest marker right on my screen? Could you stop rolling? Thank you. You're undercover. Woohoo! Found it. Now what? We captured point A.
I know a trick with that conflux.
I'm listening. What do I do with my conflux? No, don't ride the Sparrow. Get out of here. Get out of here. I need to trick the conflux to get into the Pyramidion.
Brace yourself for the Vex welcoming party.
Okay. I'm braced. Cheeks are properly clenched, ready to go.
Or not.
With me, you get the shortcuts.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I don't want shortcuts. I want cheek-clenching adventure.
Sagira, I know we didn't leave one another on the best of terms.
You just killed
led the
her.
group that exiled my guardian.
I was gonna say, you just kicked her master out. No big deal.
People weren't ready to hear what Osiris was saying back then.
It wasn't just his prophecies. He never understood there was more to being a warlock than being the smartest person in the room.
Had to be the best looking too.
Osiris has changed. You're still the same by-the-book Ikora I remember.
I'm not so sure about that.
We run.
My light was revealing. I see now I need to be more than I was. Maybe we all do.
Touch and go. Losing her light was revealing? No, that's literally the definition of not revealing. These people. Not the most intelligent bunch. Like, whatever the opposite of revealing is, Ikora, that's what happens when you lose light. Okay? Like, unrevealing, if that's a thing, that's what you did. Pick up the blue stuff. Yeah, get 20 of it. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh wow, I don't think I was supposed to skip that part. We lived. Now I'm literally brute forcing my way through this. I'm like, we'll just skip whole sections of the level. Oh, it hurts. Their ooey gooey goodness hurts. That? I don't need that. Cowabunga, except I do because I accidentally ran into the wall. Hobgoblin. More like Hod-Deadlin. I got him. Oh man, that burns so bad. He would have really appreciated that if he was alive. Cannonball! Well, you're dead. Hey, I didn't kill a single one of you with that grenade. That sucks. I forgot I could do this. Yeah, slide for no reason.
Looks like Ikora was right. My scans show the Pyramidion does receive data from the forest.
It's like a giant network.
I've got the location of a conflux where we can access it.
Okay. You like your confluxes. No judgment. Hey, everybody's got to be into something. You're into confluxes. That's cool. Not my thing. Doesn't mean you can't be into it. That's fine. It reminds me of Tron. Like, everything about this level just keeps reminding me of Tron.
That warp gate. It should get us close to the conflux.
Man, your obsession with these confluxes is kind of starting to worry me, to be honest. Like, I know I said I wouldn't judge, and I'm not judging, but there is too much of a good thing, you know? Like, maybe put the conflux down every once in a while, read a book. How does this remind me of Tron? Like, the aesthetics of it, look. Like, everything's all glowy. Like, the buildings in Tron were kind of like this, if I remember correctly. I don't know, maybe I'm not thinking of Tron. Maybe I'm thinking of not Tron. You know, that thing that wasn't Tron? That thing that was like the exact opposite Tron? That. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, you can die now. Catch. Oh yeah. Maybe, I guess it's been too long since I've seen Tron. Well, it is like a... What is it, like a 30-year-old movie at this point? There's probably much more apt examples of movies that have aesthetics like this, but I can't think of one off the top of my head right this second. Star Trek, maybe? Like the Borgs? Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Stop it. Stop using shields. Stop it. I don't like shields. They're cheap. Just prolonging your death to make the game last longer, and I don't like it.
Calculations are ready. All you gotta do is jump through the hoop.
This hoop? This big giant glowy hoop? Got it. Done. Just tell me exactly what to do and I'll do it.
That didn't work as well as I expected.
What?
The Sagira
I can see the Borg aesthetic.
to anything less than Osiris level perfection.
Ikora,
Jeez,
here's
Ikora.
a secret. No one has ever lived up to Osiris's reputation. Not even Osiris.
Way to, like, bad talk the only friend that you have right now. Gosh. Cade and Zavala don't seem to want anything to do with you. Oh god. I didn't realize it was a one-hit death. I thought I'd at least be able to, like, take a little bit of it. Oh, I just said that this had no purpose. Now it does! Haha! Slick slide move. Haha! You can't touch me. I'm sliding! Oh shit, I didn't slide that time. I thought it said Henry. It says Harpy. I was like, that's really weird to randomly name one of the enemies Henry. Oh, hey there, Henry. Hey there, Gabe. Hey there, Francis. What's going on? Let's look at my inventory. I've picked up a lot of stuff since the beginning of the stream, and I haven't looked at any of it. The helmet kind of looks cool, but again, if I can't see my helmet, what's the point? Why not? Why not? I don't even know what any of that is. Apparently, like, extra skills I didn't even know existed until just a second. I don't really like the submachine guns at all. Let's try the scout rifle. That sounds cool. I mean, if it has a higher item level, it's got to be better, right? So we'll just try all the highest item level stuff I have. Oh, cool. I got a new sniper. Oh, cool. I got a silencer. Watch, none of it's going to be anywhere near as good as the pistol I've been using the entire game. It's very quiet. Oh, hi there. Oh, this does so much damage for such a tiny, tiny little gun. He's freaking out. He's freaking out. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Doesn't make me reload after like every 3 shots like the other one did. Oh, this gun's so good. My aim, though, could use some work. Find it kind of sad that I almost beat the boss without having to worry about killing any of the other enemies in the room. Almost. Oops, wrong one. My bad. Hide and shoot, hide and shoot. Boss is dead. No, he's killing me. Sounds efficient to me. Yeah, I know, right? You gotta hit him in the glowy bits. Can I stand on this? Ooh, not for long. Oh, that was the Pyramidion. Okay. Success. Am I intended to jump in here? Yes, apparently so. Ah, Geronimo! See, it's a Borg cube.
The conflux is somewhere nearby, but the Vex must be cloaking it.
Capture point A.
Look out! We've got incoming.
Then capture point B. Go, go, go. Pick up blue cubes on the way. I get it. It doesn't do as much damage in one shot, but it makes up for it with rapid fire. So you can do like 5 shots in the amount of time the other gun did 1. And he reloads it so much faster. That was my biggest complaint about the pistol I was using before. When he reloaded, it would take like all day and a half. Man, like, my guy's unstoppable. At this point, why are the bad guys even trying anymore? Seems like a really big oversight in the design of these enemies. When they created their master race, they made them all self-destructive when they die, so they kill each other.
There we go.
That's it, yep, there we go. I found it. Hello.
The map's not here. I don't understand.
Oh boy.
Keep looking.
Prolonging the story, I get it.
Wait, I've got something.
Coordinates for a node in the Infinite Forest.
Let's go. Jump.
Is.
It's like the Death Star hologram. Where? So supposedly from the reading I've done, this story when it first came out took about 5 hours to beat. I have a feeling that's not the case anymore, because I feel like we've made a lot of progress already and we're only an hour and a half into the stream. So it turns out, like, well, when you combine all the stories together and brute force through it, yeah, it goes a little quicker, I guess. Turns out, like, with the free version of Destiny 2, like...
Red Legion activity on Mercury. Survivors from the Almighty.
From the Almighty, what the heck? How?
Let's finish the job.
The ship that we blew up in space that the Red Legion was controlling had survivors. So now we're literally going to be fighting all 3 alien species at once. That's cool. Red Legion. Red Legion. I guess the Almighty was never blown up completely, because that's what just happened like 2 days ago in game, is like we finally blew up the Almighty and sent it crashing into Earth. Or some planet, I don't know exactly what planet. Bye-bye. So the other reason this is so easy is because when the game first came out, and like when you played through this content here in the first expansion, you had to level your way up from level 10 to, I think this is like level 100 content or 200. We started in the free content at level 750. So they just kind of like put you out of the level that makes the game like super easy to play through super quick, because you're way over leveled.
Coordinates locked. Let's get to that node. Then we can use the map to find Penoptes and...
Which makes sense in a way. I would have liked it more if they like under-leveled you to match where you were in the story to make it a little bit more challenging. But it makes sense if you want like new players to be able to play all of the end game content with their friends that have already been playing the game for a long time. To like just max out their levels right from the get-go and just be like, here, go do whatever you want. Play anything in the game. The world's your oyster. It's very bright, sir. I'm gonna request you don't do that anymore, please. What the heck is shooting me at like 1,000,000 shots per second? Oh goodness, imagine the patience and vigilance you would need to catch up otherwise. Yeah, I would not play it at all if that were the case, honestly. I don't like grinds, and apparently that's like one of the big parts of this game when it came out, was everything was locked off to a certain item level and you had to grind your way up to the item level in order to unlock the next portion of the game. Nope, that's not for me. I'm glad that the free version just lets you like come spam through the entire story from beginning to end. I don't like just padding the game like a lot of games do that nowadays. Like all these big epic RPG games like Assassin's Creed, where it has like 50 hours of gameplay. Technically, the story is like 20 hours long, and then it's like 30 hours of padded side quests that you have to do to grind your level high enough to get to the next portion of the story. And spam you do. Oh, that was a great headshot. Oh, a mid-air headshot. You see that? That's sick. Hello? Stay still, please. Done. Easy. Multi-kill clip. Oh, what the heck does that mean? Did I break it?
Must be searching for Penoptes too. Even if he makes 1,000,000 copies of himself, I don't think he'll find it in time.
Hello, sir. It's just you and me now. Even if he makes 1,000,000 copies of himself, you don't think he'll find it in time, but for some reason you think I will be able to find it easily by myself? Okay, I buy that. That's completely believable. Oh, I guess because she has the coordinates. So if he makes 1,000,000 copies of himself and just goes blindly looking for it, he won't be able to find it. But because she found the exact coordinates, we can find it. Why can't we just send the coordinates to him? Let him deal with it. We can just go home and have a picnic or something. Woo! Hello. Catch. Hey, you dummy. You do it every time. You catch it when I tell you to. I think they'd learn eventually and just stop catching stuff. Picnic with slushies, deal. Yeah, exactly, you know, like, I don't always have to be the savior of everybody, you know? I could take a day off. I mean, we have like 5 Guardians now, I think we're up to with this new guy, so like, you guys can take over eventually, it's cool. I'll take a vacay, Bay. This gun's actually really cool. I'm glad I found it. clears the rooms very quickly. And it gets so much ammo, because I think it just uses regular ammo. And just think how much less ammo it would use if I could actually aim. One thing I've learned from my years of gaming is it's actually a very dangerous strat to just look through a scope and wander aimlessly backwards. Not knowing what's around you. I could have easily just fallen off a cliff. Ooh, I got a Memory of Cade cloak. That sounds cool. Spoiler alert, game. Why is it called Memory of Cade? Well then. Guess that part of the story is ruined for us. Apparently there's a reason to have a Memory of Cade. But he's my favorite guy. He's so funny and he loves chickens. That is almost enough to make me want to play the other DLC to see what happens. To see how we must have a memory of Cade instead of just having Cade. I can just sit here and spam this whole time. Maybe you just need to remember him when he's not right next to you. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe he's just not here in this chapter. So they're like, hey, I know you're Miss Cade. So here, you can wear his cloak for now to make you remember him. So you can feel like he's always with you. That is weird because, like, you would think, like, I mean, maybe this is just me projecting my own opinions on the game's characters, but I would assume it's a well-known fact that Cade 6 is, like, everybody's favorite character. So, like, to just abandon him in the second story of the game and not have him involved at all seems like a really weird decision. Like, he's not in this story at all. Like, every other character in the game has been except for him. And maybe they just couldn't get Nathan Fillion into the studio to do voice acting? I don't know, but it seems like a weird choice to decide to just leave the fan favorite character out of the game completely for like 5 hours of content. Because I do miss him, so I do appreciate the cloak to remember him by. Thank you, game. I appreciate that very much. But then again, what moments of any day do I not miss Nathan Fillion? He's so dreamy. I heard something moving. I hear you shooting at me. Stop it! You jerks. Stop it! I'm gonna die! Stop it! No, I actually died! What the heck? I thought this was an easy game. Come on, what's happening? Did you just reveal your celebrity crush? No. He'll never know who I am. I'll live an entire lifetime of Nathan Fillion never knowing my name or my existence. And that's just too much to bear. I did not think that hit him. Your rocket thrusters make a lot of noise, guys. Get out of here. I don't want to listen to that junk anymore. Up the stairs we go. Up the stairs we go. Where do they stop? Only Osiris knows. We opened a portal to a glass walkway. This is actually a loading screen in disguise. Yeah, yeah.
This is a combat loop. A simulation of the
No, it's a loading screen.
attacked Mercury. The Vex must be testing alternative outcomes.
So they're going to relive the first story of the game. They're literally reliving the Red War that we just finished. That's funny. To see if they can alter the outcome and find a way to make it so the K-Ball win, I guess. And kill us. Why would they help them? That's so mean. I guess that's why the, it's like a way of retconning these guys back into the game. It's like, oh, you remember those guys that you fought in the first chapter of the game and you thought you wiped off the planet of the Earth? Well, now they're back because these other aliens have ways to relive the past. So it's like everything you did in the first chapter doesn't even matter. Because they can just make you relive it over and over and over again like you were never there to begin with. That would actually be a really wicked, like, ability for a bad guy to have. Like, oh, you thought you beat your enemies? Well, guess what? Like, we just manipulated the space-time continuum and we're starting it over again, but this time we're mixing in all kinds of new stuff. So what you did last time to stop them isn't gonna work this time. Now you gotta figure out another way. Mount up and move quickly. I get it. Yeah, okay, game. You don't have to treat me like a child who's never played a game. I get it, okay? Just give me a second. Mount up, move quickly. I get it.
Sparrow can make that jump.
I forgot you can't hit jump while you're on the Sparrow. And I like that the Sparrow made the jump without me. It's like, you idiot, you were supposed to stay on me. There we go. There we go. That works better. It's just such a weird thing to have a vehicle. I mean, I don't know. Nice. Okay. I get it. I get it. Okay. I don't know why I assume the vehicles in this game can jump, because, like, generally vehicles don't jump. But for some reason, I just get the vibe that the vehicles in this game should jump. I don't know why. That's very bright. Why does your planet have so many empty gaps in it? It's a very bad designed planet. So many places not to walk on. So many places that don't exist in space. Because they can in Mario Kart jump, that is. I guess they can when you go off like a jump ramp, yeah. They can do little hops like boop. Like beep. Like that. In case you didn't see it the first time, or in case you're not familiar with Mario Kart, it's like this. Boop. I'll whittle you down eventually. Because I did not hit a single headshot that whole time. Spot on impression. Yeah, and then that's how you start your, what do you call those, drift slides? Like the drift turns in Mario Kart, you start them with one of those hops, like a boop. But then the boop connects to a turn, so you're like, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. And then it turns blue. Then you let go and you're like, beep. That's it. That's a perfect impression of Mario Kart. Apparently there's a company in Tokyo, I think it is, that actually had like real life Mario Kart tours where you could get into street legal go-karts with your friends and like have actual Mario Kart like races. and they got sued because apparently this is a bad idea. They started, like, they have, I don't know what they put in place of turtle shells to act like turtle shells, but apparently people were getting injured because when they threw the turtle shell items, whatever they were, at each other, they would, like, get hurt and, like, wipe out and crash. And all I could think of when I read that is, like, duh. Like, that's pretty much exactly what I assume would happen in that scenario, yeah. Like, it even happens in Mario Kart. You get hit by a turtle shell, you wipe out, and you crash. Why would you want to experience that in real life? I would pay for that, though, LOL. I mean, if they were, like, plush turtle shells and, like, you're driving your go-kart and you, like, bonk someone on the head with a plush turtle shell, yeah, that's one thing. But, like, I don't know what they were using as mock turtle shells, or if they literally just had turtle shells and they were like, here, just whip this at that dude. You're, like, knocking each other left and right, like, knocking each other out while you're on a high-speed highway.
Listen, I already like you. You passed. You can relax.
Surely they provided safety gear. Yeah, actually, the pictures have people with helmets on. So, yeah, you don't need a switch. You can just act it out. Yeah, exactly, you know? Like bubby suits. Yeah. They had, like, big, thick, nerdy-looking helmets specifically to bounce turtle shells off of, I guess. They're redirecting the Cabal to what? I missed it. Tree of probabilities. Oh, okay. They're redirecting the Cabal to something. I guess they're trying to redirect the Cabal's actions in order to help them actually win against us, which, gotta tell you, I'm here, so that's not gonna happen. No matter what difference you make, I will be the difference maker. Just let me reorient myself the right direction, then I will end you. Yeah, that's right. I'm bad at directions, but man, I'm good at killing. You aim me in the right direction, that's it. Game over. That's 90% of the problem right there. I'll take care of the last 10%. Oh, I was trying to get a headshot from way over here. For gamer cred. I can get it. Oh, it only took me like 6 tries. Catch, butt. They catch it every time. They're so dumb. I don't know what ammo this gun takes, but I feel like I get way too much of it considering how powerful the gun is. It's like, oh, you picked up a super powerful sniper rifle that kills everything in the screen in like 5 seconds. Let's give you unlimited ammo for it and just have a ball. Okay, I will. Makes it so easy. Like, before they even get in range of being able to shoot at me, they're dead. The game's like, okay, here's the coding in the background for these enemies. You have to get within 20 yards of the player character before you fire. Then it's like, aw, shit, we spawned them 50 yards away. They're not even going to survive long enough to shoot at them. See what I mean? Didn't even shoot at me. He's already dead. Outlaw. I'm an outlaw? That's awesome. Always wanted to be one in real life, but, you know, laws and stuff got in the way. You know, like civil society and stuff like that.
Look at that, ahead of us. That has to be the map.
Yeah, it looks like a map to me.
Doomsday machine, but when you see it like this, it's almost beautiful.
No, totally not, but okay. I'll respect your opinion as an android. But yeah, that totally looks like every map I've ever seen. Yeah, for sure. I would have known that was a map without you telling me. Definitely.
That Minotaur is going to be trouble.
No, he isn't. I almost guarantee you he's not. What the hell just happened?
And he's Gonna be worse.
The Minotaur just got crushed by Valus Thune. Hi. Bye. Oh, why are you immune? That's cheap. Stop being immune. Oh, I'm almost dead. No, it can't happen. I won't let it. Peekaboo. Hi, Harry. Hi, Legion. Where'd he go? What the heck? Quit that. Peekaboo. Done. Peekaboo. Done. Whatever happened to Theris Thune or whatever the heck his name is? Is this him? Is he dead? Must have just disappeared. Maybe that's why he had immunity. Maybe it was the game's way of like, you're not supposed to kill him at this point yet. Hold on. Gosh, slow your roll, man. Okay, I get it. You're super powerful.
He's going for the map. Hurry.
No, he isn't. Not if I can help it. Hey. That's mine. Oh, I get it. That was also another part where I was not supposed to kill him yet. I'm getting so eager to kill him. And then the game just decides I'm not supposed to for some reason. You'll be dead shortly. Just hold on 1 second. Thank you. Defeat Valus Thune. What do you think I've been trying to do, game? You won't let me. You opened the floodgates and you let me defeat him? He's gone in 5 seconds flat, I guarantee you. Oh, I almost killed myself. And I did. Thought I could save it midair. Didn't work. I've officially died more in this mission than I've ever died in the whole game. Just from missed jumps. Ah, so we meet again, Valus Thune. For the last time! It's not working? Oh yeah, he's dead.
Let's get that map.
See, I told you, game. As soon as you let me kill him, he's dead, okay? Stop not letting me kill people. It's not nice. It's like you're not even trying. I know, like, the game wouldn't let me try. It was handicapping Valus Thune. That totally looks like a map to me. Yeah, of course.
The map's too big. I can't search it fast enough. It changes constantly.
Then send all of his million reflections in there.
There are Vex mines on Nessus that might do the trick.
What?
You up for a hunting expedition?
You guys just like to prolong this story, don't you? Hello, game? I think the mission's over. Thank you. It's like, oh shit, he beat it too fast. We weren't even ready to load the next mission. Do. What's the next mission? Nessus. I don't know if this is necessary. Accept it. Accept the bad joke. The spider, and I didn't even get to read the rest of it because the loading screen disappeared so quick.
One of my hidden has located an entangled mind for you. That class of Vex mind should provide the processing power you need.
Okay.
Great. We'll find it and take its brain.
Why are you so morbid? You could have said that any other of a million different ways. Other than, great, we'll find it and rip out its brain. Like, oh, cool, we'll find that computer and take its processor out. Wow, okay then, yeah. It's like she is a computer. Like, I guess because she's a computer, she sees it as a similar being that can have its brain removed. I don't know. I don't even know where that line came from. It was just very sudden and unexpected. Oh, that was easy. Oh, what? Where do I go? I get it. We need to find a bridge. Bridge! Bridge found. The world is saved. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Just following the arrow. Kind of. Go to the tallest peak. That must be the answer. Nope, that's not the answer. These are not the droids we're looking for. Ooh, that's a long way down. Oh boy. Like one of those weird moments where you know you're like playing a video game and it's a digital world, but you still get like that feeling in your gut like you're falling. It doesn't happen much outside of VR for me, but every once in a while it does. In VR, it happens all the time. If I take a long fall in a VR game, like my stomach feels like it's flipping upside down.
Let's keep looking around.
Okay, I'll keep looking around.
Right track.
I think we are too. I can feel it. And, you know, there's a map marker too that kind of tells me I'm on the right track. Nessus Unstable Centaur. That doesn't sound like a good name. Dead? Come on. These guys, like, they're not even trying to kill me. They come on the screen, they don't even shoot. They're just like, oh, here, shoot my glowy bits with your bullets. See what happens. At least these guys try, but they're horrible aim. They're kind of like stormtroopers in every Star Wars movie ever made. Which is ironic, because in the Jedi Fallen Order game, they actually had really spot-on aim. For the most part. They still sucked, but they had spot-on aim. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we running? What are we getting? What are we hunting for? A brain. We want a brain. Not any brain. We want the brain. We want a master brain. We want a super intelligent, super being brain. Give me my brain.
That's the Vex we need.
That's the brain. I want that brain. Give me that brain. I want that sweet, salty brain. Give me that brain meat right now. Give it to me. I know you got it. I know you got what I want. I traveled across the galaxy for your brain, and I'm not leaving without it. You hear me? Boop, boop. Where's the brain? You can teleport, but it won't help you. Brain, I want it. I want brain. I smell it. I smell a brain around here. Where is it? Tell me where your boss's brain is. There it is. That's the brain we need. Stop resisting and just give me the brain. This is it? This is your defense? It's pathetic. We must follow the brain trail through the brain cave. I see he is going to give himself in. He realizes that we will be able to make much better use of his brain than he has. Yep, dead. The whole room just disappears.
Excellent. This is our processor. I just need to connect it.
Oh,
to
so
the
now you call it a processor.
You're near the Well of Echoes.
Okay.
Right. The confluxes there should work.
Okay, let's go. And then we'll use this processor, not a brain, to read the map and find out where the solution to the infinite forest is, so we can find our friend Osiris. The heck was that sound? It's a very weird sound to come from an alien. It's quiet. Too quiet. For some reason, I feel like we're going to come up to the top of this hill and there's going to be like a dinosaur or something. It just looks like a dinosaur-y type area. I don't know if that's even a real... What? One-hit death? That's new. I don't even know if that's a real adjective, like dinosaur-y. It is now. Oh, apparently that was the drop ship for all of these enemies that spawned, so that makes sense that I probably shouldn't be dumb enough to try and stand up against it. It's totally acceptable to add E to any word to make it a descriptor. Yeah, exactly. I agree. E. I agree, E. I guess it doesn't work there. They're splashing me. Water's my only weakness. Woo! Why would you do that? You scared me. How's the guacamole? It is very guacamole. Yeah, it's guacamole. Very guacky. Guacky, guacky, guacky. Fozzie. Save myself. Save myself. Sprint, sprint, sprint to the end of the story. Do it. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Well of Echoes, sprint. I love that design. It's like, oh, we'll just make all of our warriors explode when they die, and then they just kill each other. That's great. That's a great choice. And I don't say that as a design that the game creators made. I'm saying it as a design of that alien race, to be like, you know what would make our warriors really cool? Is if we made it so when they die in battle, they explode and like bring all of their brothers with them. It's a random light in the middle of nowhere. Hello, I am here, and I have the brain. Accept me.
Get me to the conflux, and I'll plug in the processor.
Oh, it was a brain before you got it. Now it's a processor. I get it. Okay. Well, just changing our minds left and right, I guess. She has to be able to live with her actions, so in order to convince herself what she did was not evil, she doesn't see it as a brain anymore, she sees it as a processor from a computer. As if she saw herself as the type of thing that could rip the brain out of a living organism. She wouldn't be able to live with herself. It's all psychological. Yeah. I don't know why I want to be here, but I have a feeling I want to be here. What did that do? Yeah, next. I get it. Climb the stairway to heaven. It is it. We have found it. Ah, there's so many of them. Just kidding. Did that sound convincing? Was that good acting? Did I sound like I actually had a chance of dying there? Hey, how's it going, Billy Bong? Welcome, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. Just playing some Destiny 2. It's free on Steam now, so I figured since it's free, why not give it a shot? And so far, I'm enjoying the story. I don't think I would ever play it for like the purposes of playing the raids or the dungeons, but I do like the story content. It's a very interesting storyline. How are you doing? As usual, your acting is always top-notch, I know. I was like, all of these enemies flooding the screen are totally gonna kill me. Great acting, dude. I still don't know why they turned me down for the part of Tyrion on Game of Thrones.
I'm out of ideas here.
We've been so focused on the threat of the future. What if the answer lies in the
We have to go
past?
back.
If you found the code that created Penoptes, you could use the infinite forest against the Vex.
We could turn Penoptes against them.
Back to the moment that led to Penoptes, run time forward, and use that data to find its location in the present. Oh, that's good, Ikora.
Oh.
Osiris level good.
I actually
You know, you're not the same Ikora I remember. You're better.
like my idea better of just like reprogramming Penoptes when he was created to be on our side, instead of just using his creation to track his present location down. Wait, we gotta read it. We gotta read the lore. Enter the infinite forest and steal the algorithm that will let you track Penoptes in the present. Okay, we'll do it. Billy Bong, how are you doing tonight? I feel unstoppable in this game, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've died a couple times here and there, mostly to unfortunate jumping accidents. But, like, the combination of the guns I've found and the fact that this game just seems to be very easy to begin with, I feel like there is, like, no challenge whatsoever.
This is our only chance. We use the infinite forest against the Vex, or we prepare for the end.
Which says a lot that I'm
calculating where to send us.
interested to keep playing, even though it's not really
Of the right time is a little tricky.
that challenging.
Find the
Says a lot
algorithm
about
that
how
will
good
reduce
the story is.
That will lead you to Penoptes.
Hello. Don't mind me. Although I guess I did fire first. Like, maybe if I just let them alone and leave them to whatever they were doing, I could have just walked by. But no, I had to be the jerk to come in here to their ancient temple and blast at them? Who do I think I am?
The Vex will know they're at their most vulnerable here. The simulation will be well defended. The point in history where you invent a reality engine, there's nothing more important.
Yeah, I would assume not, yeah. Sounds like a very climactic point of existence. The point in history where you create the ability to completely alter history itself. I still don't quite understand why the Fallen are here too, but I guess why not? Like, just throw everybody in here. Okay, if I could hit your head, I'll get it. I'll get it later. I'll get back to you. There he is. They even marked him for me. They're like, oh, there's that guy that thought he could live. Whoops, wasted it. My favorite move in the whole game, and I just keep wasting it, throwing my knife out into the void. I am familiar with this. We've been here. Open the door and see all the people. Die, die, yeah. It's actually interesting because some game developers have gotten to the point with their games where there's literally difficulty options in some games now, where like, okay, you can play on normal difficulty and experience the game with actual difficult combat, or you can play in like story mode difficulty. And like some of even like the very long RPG games that are out now have the ability to play the game in a story mode difficulty, where literally you just play the game and the game pretty much like beats itself so you can see the story clips that happen. And like, I'm at a crossroads with how I like that, because I'm a very story-based gamer, but at the same time, like, if the gameplay itself isn't intriguing enough to keep me playing, I will never see the rest of the story, because I'll be like, oh, well, this isn't really fun, so what purpose do I have to keep going to see what happens? So, like, I feel there still has to be some level of challenge involved to keep you wanting to see what happens in the end, because then it makes it feel fulfilling, like it feels like you earned the ending. Whereas when you put a difficulty in the game where the game pretty much just plays itself, it's like, why wouldn't I just watch a movie? So story mode is pacifist mode? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's like, oh, thanks for buying our $60 game so you can watch 5 hours of cutscenes and not really experience any of the gameplay. Ooh, I need to collect the seeds. Ooh, that seems sketchy. And I can't remember the last time I played a game that had that option. I think it might be Divinity Original Sin 2, which is like a big, epic, sprawling, like 60-hour-long game that has like a storyline that like progresses as you progress in the game. It's not like broken up into cutscenes in between levels. It like happens in real time as you're playing the game. You pick up lore and you talk to NPCs to gather bits and pieces of the story. And like, it has an option in that game to pretty much like make the combat so easy that it hardly even exists. I'm like, that seems counterproductive to me. Like, I understand how some gamers could find that appealing, like if you're just that bad at games that you just don't really like playing them, but you want to know what happens in them. But at that point, that's why like YouTubers exist. That's how I've experienced like a lot of the games I've wanted to play in the last several years. Is there games that I know I personally would just get frustrated and don't have the skill to beat myself? And I would just pick a YouTuber I enjoy watching and be like, I'll just watch him experience the story. Because then I still get what I want out of it by figuring out the awesome story, but I don't have to suffer through dying a billion times to do it. I'll watch him suffer instead. Feels like totally cheating. Yeah, it kind of does, honestly. Like this right here, I'll be honest, like this whole gameplay that I've been doing tonight kind of feels like cheating, because it's so easy. Like, even when there's dozens and dozens of enemies on the screen at once, I can clear them out in like 10 seconds. And as long as I'm not an idiot and don't just stand out in the open and let them shoot me, like, I feel like it's impossible to die. Hey, jerk. That's why I kind of feel like we probably won't pay for the DLC content beyond the free content, because it's just like, the stories are really cool.
The Vex have been 2 steps ahead of us so far, but you and Ikora have given us a chance to actually surprise them. That's impressive.
So now they're not 2 steps ahead of us?
I guess what I'm saying is, When this is all over, I might actually miss being your ghost. Just a little.
Maybe I'll kill Osiris and you can always be my ghost. Wouldn't that be a twist?
All right. We have to get to the top of that tower and download the algorithm before the Vex create the infinite forest.
Teleport. Get to the top of the Mac Pro. Do it. So, like, what I was saying is that's why I'm kind of questioning whether I'd actually buy the other DLCs and play through the rest of the story. Is even though I'm sure the story is cool and it continues to be cool throughout, the gameplay is not going to change. And, like, if it's this easy here, I'm assuming by the time we get to the DLC content that is paid for right now, we'll have high enough item level equipment that it's going to be just as easy then, too. And that isn't, like, appealing enough for me to keep doing it. For any longer than we're going to explore through the free-to-play stuff. Oh, I almost died. Thought I fell off a cliff for a second. Like, literally all this game is boiled down to me so far is, yeah, the story's awesome, but in between the story bits, like, I'm just aiming at
Remember how I said the Vex anticipate everything?
practice targets and shooting at them.
They have automated intruder countermeasures here. They'll react and block whatever we do. Be unpredictable.
But you literally just told me what to do like 5 seconds
We gotta
ago.
cut off the barrier's power supply.
I'm familiar.
Just like we thought, they're ready for us. All we can do is fight our way in.
Be unpredictable, but yeah, go to the top of that tower and shut this thing off. But be unpredictable about it. Like, go up the tower all zigzaggy or something. Or like stutter step, you know? Don't do it like a predictable way, like walking. At some point there has to be a convergence of skill level and difficulty though. You're going through a grind of the easiest kind. Pretty much, yeah. It feels like it's a grindy game where you're not grinding to get to a higher level to unlock portions of the game that you can't get to. You're just grinding to earn the next piece of story. It's like, oh, we got the story waiting for you. You just gotta grind through these 200 enemies first. Then once you kill these 200 enemies, hey, the story's waiting right there. I actually almost died. But yeah, I agree with you. At some point there might be a convergence where the difficulty actually does start matching my character's level. And then that would be cool, because that would actually like give you reason to invite friends to play with you and play co-op. Because right now I honestly feel like the game as it is right now would be extremely boring to play with other people. Because if I can clear a room this quickly by myself, with playing with like a group of 4 people, this would be like 5 seconds every single boss, every single bad guy spawn would like last 2 seconds flat, and that would be it. Kind of like the night Osirisi played with us. Like every bad guy spawn that happened was done in like 5 seconds. Having other people might actually be more annoying in that case. Yeah, because it makes the game like almost non-existent. Like the gameplay portion of it like almost wouldn't exist at that point because you're killing everything so quick. But then again, look, I mean, that was the mini-boss for this level and he died in like 5 seconds. I don't know why I keep using 5 seconds as the example, but seems to be roughly about the amount of time everything takes. Catch. They did it again. They never fail to impress. Slide. Da, 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 da. Everybody just line up in an orderly fashion. Let's not make this any harder than it has to be. What? Just killed me. That was surprising, to say the least. I got so cocky. I was so sure I could kill everything easily. Oh wait, I still can, never mind. I think one of these guys must have self-destructed like right on top of me. Da, da, da. Hello. Welcome to your doom. Why are you immune? Oh, he's got a shield, duh. Hey, catch. So dumb. Wow, I killed the mini-boss with one throwing knife. I'm kind of a big deal. Oh, that's not where I want to be. I was so ready to just dive headfirst right into that giant plasma. Woohoo! We made it. We're here.
We're in. Let's get to the top and find that algorithm.
Okay, let's do it. The top, please. I would like to get to the top. Thank you. So you were walking around in circle forever. There wasn't anywhere to go up. I like this. The music makes it sound like a clock tower. Very mechanical music. Got him. They give me so much ammo. Like, give me a super powerful weapon and then give me just unlimited amounts of ammo for it. I keep looking down expecting to like run out, and then I always see over 100 ammo left. Oh, it's a puzzle. I gotta figure out which one to blow up next. Oh no, that might actually kill me. Catch, and then run. Oh, I might actually die. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Stop it, you mean bully. I didn't die, yay! Woohoo! To the top! We don't stop. We don't stop till we reach the top. Keep on. No, we don't stop. Oh, hi there. I was wondering what was hurting me. I'm like, he is not hitting me. That was a weird scream. Just keep shooting him in the face. Don't stop till you reach the top. Keep on. No, you climb up. Don't stop till we reach the top. Keep on. Woohoo! We made it! Boss fight! Or not.
Shut this machine down.
Well, that was easy. Oh my. What is this? Oh, wow, okay, it is a boss fight. Never mind. Wow, that did not do as much damage as I was expecting. He did not just kind of die instantly like most bosses do. I get it, just keep you on the other side of the wall. The disappearing wall, what the heck? That's not fair. Ah! The walls, they disintegrate. Wait, what? Oh god! Something's behind me, something's behind me, something's behind me. Die so I can move. Ah! Oh god! I might actually get my butt kicked. Don't disintegrate. Come on, that's horrible timing. I might actually run out of ammo for once. That would be very bad. Last Guardian. Well, I guess he's not called a Guardian. I'm called a Guardian. Last Minotaur. So there's all the bad guys dead. Now it's just me and you, boss man. Oh, the wall's disappearing. Oh, the wall's disappearing. Hey, I thought you guys were gone. So, see, this fight's kind of cool because it actually has like a different mechanic to it. Like you have to keep hiding behind the disappearing walls while you're fighting the other guys. That's cool. I wish more fights in the game were like this. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Just litter him with 1,000,000 shots per second. Oh wow, that was bad. That was bad. I'm moving slow. Stop moving slow. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. I need ammo. I need ammo. There, I've been bragging this whole time about how much ammo they give me, and then I'm, like, completely out of ammo. Oh, God. Alright, I got you, I got you. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Do it! Kill him, kill him, kill him! Oh, God! Got him. That was a cool fight. I actually really like that one.
That's it. We've done it.
Smack Talk finally caught up with you. Yeah, exactly. That was a cool boss fight. Meh. That's what you get. Meh. I wish there was a kick button. I'd kick him right off the side. Oh, you can roll him. Then you gotta do this. Get out of here. Yeah, don't you ever come back. That is a cool view, though. We're so high up. And to think we started way down there somewhere. Hello.
Bingo. Scanning. Isolate.
Yeah, there's a slight element of skill involved in that boss fight, yeah.
And got him. Penoptes always ends up in the same coordinates. It's over. This is how we beat the Vex.
In every single...
Detected a change. A new future. I will inform
In
Osiris.
every single one of the infinite timelines, he always ends up in the exact same coordinates.
New reality branches forming. No, no!
Makes sense. They figured out that we could figure out where his coordinates are, so they go back in time and create a defense to stop us from figuring it out. It all makes perfect sense. They're like, oh, you thought you could go back in time and stop us. Well, we went even further back in time and stopped you again.
Mercury? How did we get back here?
Hey, I got my ghost back.
The last thing I remember, we were in the EDZ. We found that device and then, wham!
Classic time theory strategy, yeah.
Like someone's
Just
rearranged
infinitely
all
go back in time further than the other person went back in time.
All right.
Except the house is my
I never
brain.
thought I'd have to ask this, but who else has been inside my head? Accessing memory core. Huh. You've been busy. Correction. You've been busy without me. I don't know how I feel about that.
I cheated on him. I got busy with another ghost.
Wait a second. There's something else in here with me. Encoded hollow images. Big ones. Definitely Vex. Look, I can't decrypt those files or open the gate. We need backup. We need Ikora.
I was really hoping he was going to say Cade for some reason.
You're welcome. Wait, why did I just say that?
I get it, because she said it. It's like remnants of her personality in his brain. So now we have to go get Ikora, the most boring of the three guardians. Blah. I'd even take... Zavala over Ikora. Zabumafu. See, you're remembering Cade. Yeah, it must be the cloak. It's working. Anytime now, anytime. The game's still catching up. It's like, we really didn't expect you to rip through this fast. We need to load. Please, Ikora, tell Cade that we need him. No, I insist. We don't need you. Trust me. Trust me. Where's Zavala been this whole time, too? He hasn't even said much of anything. This is like an Ikora-based storyline. I'm gonna assume something huge is coming, because it's never taken this long to load anything. Or did the servers just go down? Is that Earth? Is that planet Earth? Hello, Darksider. Follow me. Seems we are going to the same location. Is the game as easy for you as it is for me? I beat him. And they should have a foot race mode in this game. I'd win every time.
I I refuse to allow us to come this close to victory and fail. Sagira's sacrifice has to mean something. You know where Penoptes waits, as does Osiris. He will try to fight it on his own, and without our help, he will die.
He will die.
Not Sagira. Only she could open the gateway. She was our key.
Well, we go back in
Osiris
time
may have
to
taught
before
me
she was
everything I
destroyed.
know about being a warlock. But that's not everything I know. You must return to Mercury, and this time I will go with you.
Okay. Like, I kind of see why they would require you to, like, grind your level higher in between mission parts, because, like, literally all we've done for the last 2 hours of the stream is bounce back and forth between Mercury and Io over and over and over again. It's like, wait, we ran into a problem. We have to go back to Mercury to solve it. Now that we've solved it, we gotta go back to Io. Trust me, it all makes sense. It's now or never. Enter the Infinite Forest and defeat Penoptes now before the Vex future victory becomes inevitable. There's a possibility this is the last quest. And we beat a 5-minute story in 3 hours, or 5-hour story in 3 hours. I'm guessing the 5 hours must have included the grinding time that was probably involved in the original release that we didn't have to worry about. Wow, it's like taking a really long time to load stuff lately. I don't know what's going on. The tower's cryptarch, Master Rahul. Or it's an average time and you're just an above average gamer. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
This is it. Whether it's us or Penoptes, someone's future is ending today.
Clearly not us, because there's like 2 other
It took
DLCs.
Osiris years of study to find a way to open the gateways. We don't have years. So,
The music very abruptly stopped all of a sudden.
it's open but unstable. Go! I'll hold it open for as long as I can.
Oh, I was literally going to turn around and just watch her and be like, can you hold it open this long? How about this long? Can you hold it open this long? What about now? Joke ruined.
We've got to get to Penoptes before Osiris does. Without Sagira, if he dies for good.
But we do not have Sagira, so how's that going to help? Oh, I guess you're saying destroy Penoptes before he even fights it. Gotcha.
It's huge.
It's called Infinite, so I would assume it's pretty big.
The world's not at stake. Can we come back?
Can we come back? It's like a destination place. Travel destination. Oh no, we're just tourists. Don't mind us. Just checking out the Infinite Forest. Seeing what it's all about. Something is hurting me a lot. I think it's those things. Or that guy. Probably that guy. Dead. Dead. Want to make sure we're not missing anything. Nope, nothing. And this seems to be like the case with a lot of the ways video games are made nowadays. Like even Diablo. I used to be a huge Diablo fan. And I've come to terms that Diablo works a lot similar ways that this game does, where like the story of Diablo 3 is the newest one that's out, is literally maybe like 2 hours of cutscenes and stuff total throughout the game, but like it's just literally hours and hours of grinding and killing enemies in between those bits of story. And like I enjoy the gameplay strangely more in Diablo 3 than I do in this, even though Diablo 3 is literally just clicking on enemies. But like I prefer games that have like a story that is constantly evolving as you play, and not like, oh, We're just going to break the story up into these segmented fragments, and you just have to kill enemies in between each fragment. If that makes sense. Like, I like a story that feels more natural through the game. Like, as you play the game and do things inside the game, you're unveiling story constantly, and not just at, like, preset intervals. You're saying the killing here is pretty much unrelated. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, oh, this is what we have to do, but in the meantime, hey, kill these 50 randomly spawned enemies just to kill time. Which, like I said earlier, when the game was first released, maybe it wasn't that way. Maybe you actually had to kill these enemies to get like enough XP to level up in order to be able to fight the boss at the end of the level or the end of the story. But like with the game being the way it is now, it's just kind of like, oh, if you want to see how the story progresses, you're gonna have to just fight through a room full of bad guys for no reason. Disconnected from it. Like, there's no... Yeah, there are, and that's the weird thing about, like, gaming industry in general right now. Is that's how most games are made, is there's, like, just tiny hints of story in most games. Like, most games don't even have what I would call, like, a coherent story that goes from start to middle to finish. They have, like, bits of what could be perceived as a story to give you a reason to do what you're doing. Like, just barely enough story in the game to give you, like, a basis of, oh, okay, this is my character, and this is his reason for killing all the enemies in the game. Then it literally just lets you go and kill all the enemies in the game. Like, that's what games have become nowadays, is it's like, here's the tiny bit of story that we need to, like, influence you to understand what your person's motivation is for doing what he's doing, and now here's just an endlessly huge game to do it in. So take as much time as you want, play the game for 200 hours, just killing everything in sight, and then when you're done, go to the last boss and get the half hour of story that's involved. There's literally, like, I'm a huge Nintendo fan and I'm a huge Zelda fan, and that was, like, one of the things that's known about the new Zelda game, is it's a wide, huge open world that you play in, and if you explore the entire world and explore all the little chunks of story bits that are scattered throughout it, the game can take, like, 80 to 100 hours to beat, but they openly advertised when the game came out that if you wanted to and you had the skill to do it, you could beat the game in, like, an hour. By just going straight to the last boss of the game and beating him. And I was like, is that really decent content in the game then, or is it really just all fluff to give you something to do for all of those hours of time, and then eventually just be like, okay, I think I've seen enough of the game, now let me go experience the one little tiny bit of story that the game has after I kill the boss fight. It's just a really weird way to make games, in my opinion. But the gameplay in this is fun, but I just feel like it would be more fun if I played it when it came out and I was actually, like, leveled appropriately for the content. And I'm just not crushing everything easily. Have you seen anyone do that in Zelda? Yeah, actually, yeah. When it first came out, people were doing it all the time just to see if it was actually true. In fact, I don't even think it takes an hour. I think it takes, like, if you walk from the beginning of the game, like, literally the only reason it takes that much time is because you're trapped on the starting island of the game until you finish, like, the tutorial and go through, like, all of the starting dungeons to unlock the parachute to float out of the beginning of the game to get access to the rest of the game. I'm guessing this is Penoptes. I wasn't even paying attention. But then once you get out of the beginning of the game, you can see the last boss and his castle from the very beginning of the game. Like, from any point on the map of the new Zelda game, you can see where the last boss is because he floats around the outside of the castle. And at any point in the game, at any time you want to, you can go to the castle and fight him. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing it, other than if you do it right at the beginning, you don't have a very high level and you don't have very good armor, so you can die really quickly. But if you're a skilled enough gamer to, like, dodge and deflect and everything, like, maybe if you've already beaten the game once, but some people did it the first time playing through it. But if you were a skilled enough gamer to, like, not let him hit you enough times to kill you, then you could just prolong the fight by dodging all of his attacks and taking little chunks of his life out at a time until he finally dies, with even the starting weapons of the game.
Where is Osiris?
But that's like how most games are designed nowadays. Like, that game at least gives you the freedom to choose how quickly you want to defeat the game or how quickly you want to see the story. Whereas games like this, like, force you to trudge through all of the content that they made first, and then at the end of it, you can see what the story is. Which, it's not really a trudge, it's like a, you know, play through it. But right now, it's honestly starting to feel like a trudge, because I'm like, I get it. Like, you're gonna keep spawning roomfuls of enemies that I have to kill, and then figure out what the story is afterwards. So can we just stop doing the enemies full of, or the room full of enemies, and I can just figure out what the story is? It becomes tedious, yeah, essentially, yeah. Especially right now when I'm so over-leveled, and, like, it's really easy and not very challenging. And I mean, even going back to the very first popular games, I guess every game has generally been made that way. Like Mario had a very, very, very limited story. Like Bowser, but they're not here. Like Bowser captures Princess Peach at the beginning, and that's what you're doing through the whole game, is just beating levels and levels of enemies to get to Bowser to fight him and save Princess Peach. But for some reason, Mario's gameplay is like timelessly fun. Like, even though it's just as basic as jumping on enemies' heads and collecting items, it's just really fun. Like, you just want to keep doing it. Whereas this, like, it's fun, but after so many rooms of enemies, it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, shoot them in the head, they die. More spawn, shoot them in the head, they die, more spawn. I get the loop. Mario isn't pretending to be a campaign, though. Yeah, that is true. I just have a really weird taste in games, I think, is what it boils down to. Like, I can literally play Red Dead Redemption for hours, like, not even following the story, just, like, going out in the wilderness and exploring, like, Old West life and Old West simulator, and not get bored with it. For some reason, that appeals to me. But the reason I'm willing to go through the tediousness of killing all these guys is because the writing of the story is that good, that it keeps me invested and keeps me interested to see what happens next. But that's only going to last for so long. Like, there's going to be a convergence eventually where the tedium becomes so much that I really don't care what the story has to offer, because I know that the player character is always going to become victorious in the end anyway. That it's going to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, another world-ending boss is going to show up, and we're going to have to go, and we're going to have to track it down, we're going to have to end it. There's no huge twists that games ever take. Like, it's deleting us, no! Hey, it's Osiris's reflections, that's pretty cool. Like, the one thing that I wish games would do more of is, like, defeat the status quo of the expectations of a typical video game story. Like, if a good guy could lose occasionally, that would be a pretty cool, twist. Slam dunk. Okay. Thank you. That's a very clear shot. I was just wondering about that. Like, if any games have the good guy lose. I can't think of a single one, honestly. I'm sure there are some out there. Maybe not. Maybe that's just how generic video games have gotten with their stories. Are there many games that have alternate endings? There are actually some games out there that you can like get bad endings in. Like Mass Effect I mentioned on my last stream. Mass Effect was well known for like, as you play through the trilogy of games, your decisions will lead to a different ending, and then your ending will influence what happens in the next game in the trilogy. And your ending can be a bad ending where like literally every character that you've met and like became friends with and joined your team dies. That will influence how the next game plays out because you won't have anybody left on your team and it will be like a one-man army essentially. Which that's an interesting idea to be able to do that, but those games are few and far between because it takes a lot more obviously production value to make a game that has multiple paths and multiple endings, and especially to make multiple paths that continue on to more games and influence how the other games actually follow through as well. That had to be like a massive production. Get off me. You too. Get off me. That has a little more depth, yeah. And then that also like adds replayability too, because the story is different every time you play it depending on the choices you make. But like I said, there's not very many games out there that do that, that have like alternate storylines and alternate endings and stuff like that. And usually when they do advertise a game as having like alternate story paths and alternate endings, like literally the only part of the story that ends is the ending. Like, or that changes is the ending. So you can play the game like multiple times and the story all the way up until the last like 5% of the game is identical. And then like at the very last boss fight it will play out just slightly differently. Because it'll be like, oh, you made one choice at the beginning of the game that makes this boss fight story just a little different than the last time you played it. There aren't a whole lot of games that you play it and the story is literally like completely different every time you play it. Which is one of the reasons I find it interesting that people do replay those games just to see the multiple different endings. Because to me, like, I would see no appeal in replaying the exact same content for 90% of the game just to see one tiny change for the last, like, 5% of it. I want something much more choose-your-own-adventure-y. There are games out there like that. I'm trying to remember one, but I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. Slam dunk. Give me that eye. Give me that brain. Oh, he's almost dead. And it's just weird because, like I said, like all of this story-based stuff that I'm complaining about, and then I can play Mario all day, every day, and not get bored with it. So it's something about like a combination of either the story has to be good enough to keep me going through boring gameplay, or the gameplay has to be, oh, that was cool. Headshot in the middle of rocketing through the sky. Or the gameplay has to be that good that I don't give a crap about the story. Like, there could literally be no story in the game at all, and the gameplay's just that fun that I could just still be enthralled by it. And then if you can find a game that has a great story and great gameplay, like, that's awesome. A lot of people argued that Witcher 3 was one of the best games as far as a combination of a really good story that is ongoing story for the entirety of the game, and really good gameplay, but I tried playing that game, and the gameplay, in my opinion, was not fun. I didn't enjoy it much at all. So I never got very far. The story wasn't that appealing to keep me invested through what I saw as bad gameplay, so I just never really did much with it. I'm about to walk off the cliff. I could tell. I just had a sense. So we still haven't found Osiris, but we found his reflections. They all converged on this one timeline to help us defeat Penoptes. Oh gosh, there's a lot of you. And like, I don't know if it's just me being more finicky and picky about the games I play as an adult because I have less time to play them. Because when I was younger, I would play the crap out of a game like this and just like not even care about the story. I'd just be like, oh yeah, shooting stuff. Let's do it for hours and hours a day for no reason whatsoever other than to just kill more things that are on the screen. But now it's like, yeah, I'd rather have like some depth to what I'm doing and like actually feel like there's a purpose to it. What games have you played in the past that fit that category? Great story and great gameplay. Yes, it does only have one ending. Actually, a lot of the classic point-and-click games, I used to love those games. Like the LucasArts games that they made back in like the 80s and 90s. Where literally the gameplay was just clicking and interacting with the world in the game around you. But that was also because most of them were like very story-based, and the story was just continuous throughout the entire game. You were unraveling the story as you went.
Give me back my ghost.
Osiris sounds very mad. We killed Penoptes. Golf clap. I've actually considered playing one of those games on stream, but they're very old, and I don't know what the appeal would be to anybody to watch them. Oh, he's not masked this time. We get to see his old man face.
Vex mind is destroyed, and the path to their dark future is gone with it.
And in case you were wondering, our guardians were amazing.
Our guardians? Huh. My guardian. Guardian thief.
Osiris, it's been a very long time.
Too long, my... I was going to say student, but... well, that word is too small for you now.
I've had other teachers. Time. Pain. A guardian who makes a habit of the impossible.
I know, I know.
To call a friend.
Okay, I know, I get it.
The world has changed.
I'm great, no big deal.
So has the city. You could come back with me.
No, my place is here now. We stopped the Vex this time. But many equations lead to the same solution. If they were ever to find another... Besides, I predicted many things, but I never saw you. Now we have a future.
Thanks to me, I know. It's all me, it's all me.
The pathway to the forest will be open if you ever need to find me. Or if you want to talk.
Okay.
I'd like that.
Great. Galaxy saved. Friends again. Our big hero over here. And by the way, you're welcome.
Come, little light. We have infinite realities to explore. And all the time in the world.
Actually, I would say the Batman Arkham games were a really good combination of good story and good gameplay too. That's one of the only series of games I've played through the entire series of, because the gameplay is really compelling and the stories are really good. Like, comic book or movie quality stories. And Uncharted is like one of my favorite series as far as gameplay and stories as well. That's one of the other series I've played through every single one of. I've actually seen some of those games. Yeah, they're fun. The Batman ones, yeah, they are still seen as like the best superhero games ever made. Which, I mean, there's not that many superhero games to begin with, but they're awesome. I was actually contemplating playing them through stream, like from the very first one, playing through all of them, because they're not very long. I know the very first one's only like 10 hours long. But that's it. We've defeated the Curse of Osiris. That was the story. Now the next story is... what? Speak to Brother Vance. Oh, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Gotta go to the lighthouse. Spoke too soon. No, that's not it. What? I'm confused. Didn't it just say the lighthouse in the tower? In the lighthouse. It did not say in the tower. Apparently I made that part up. Where is the lighthouse? Brother Vance. Did it one stream, two nailed it. Yeah, of course. Now we only have one more story to do in the free game and then it's done. That's it. Game over. Oh, apparently this was leading me to Brother Vance originally. I was already here. That was silly. Where is he? Where's this Brother Vance guy?
The followers welcome you, Guardian. I still can't believe you let Osiris return to the Infinite Forest without introducing me. I've studied all of Osiris's writings.
It was just to unlock all the extra side quests for the area. Gotcha. So now we've completed it. To unlock all the side quests. So now the other story we have available in the free game is Warmind. Friendly Guardian has requested assistance on Mars. I think that's the one that we accidentally started the story earlier when we went to Mars and they started talking and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'm not quite done with that stage yet.
So that's what we'll do next time we play Destiny 2, and then that might be it for Destiny 2 for us, at least for a while. But for the meantime, thanks for joining. I've been enjoying it for the most part. The gameplay is getting a little tedious now because it's just so easy. Like, there's not a whole lot of challenge involved, and it's just swamps and swamps of enemies that you just kind of have to mow down and then to get to the story. The stories are just good enough and just interesting enough sci-fi stories to keep me going. But I think once we finish Mars, we might take a break from Destiny 2 for a while. But for the meantime, thanks for coming. Thanks for checking it out. And I hope you guys have a good time. And have a good night. Bye. See you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.